All right. Is it there now? Because I switched it. I was trying to use my phone microphone, and hey, Peggy, it's not working. I've got to figure out, I didn't do something right. So, um, you should have sound now because I have it on my thing. So we'll see. I don't know why it's not, I don't know why it won't go through the phone. Hey, Patsy. Um, I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Ready to have some fun this weekend. The weather, it's cloudy here, but it's warmer. So that's fine. It's not supposed to rain, but who knows, because it looks like it's going to. I have a nice view behind me. I sit and look out to the woods and the house next door. But I do see the sky and I can look around. I got lots of windows in my studio, which I love. It makes it bright, and I think you need a bright space. Hey, Sharon. So, hey, Betty Ann. So it's nice to have a view. When I get tired, I just kind of stop and I stare outside, or if I need some inspiration, I stop and stare outside and think, and it comes to me. So, you got to have something nice to look at. So if you don't have windows, put something on the wall you love to look at. Create a collage, create a butterfly picture, something. So you have something to look at. I have to tell you, you're going to think the Stepped Up card and the Wow card are the same, but it's not. There's a twist on the Wow. So I can't wait to share it with you. That's the card I started with, and I worked backwards, and I went, well, okay, let's just do this. So there is a twist to it. So stick with me to the end to see that twist. Let's see, what else is going on? Oh, I've got a lot of packaging up. I've got to send the kids their Easter stuff. I send it with priority box through USPS, but it takes it a while. Hey, Carol, to get there. So even though it's priority with COVID and everything, it still takes a while. I sent a card to one of my friends on March 1st. Her birthday was March 5th. She got it, and I asked her yesterday. She got it the day before yesterday, so it was Friday. She got it on Thursday. I couldn't believe it. That was over a week to get there, and it was just going a couple of states up the East Coast, but it's crazy. I know. Oh, Sharon, I understand that. I had to do that when I moved, but I didn't have a choice. I wasn't going to pay to move it, and really and truthfully, oh, okay, well, hey, if you can't watch it, Carol, that's fine. I understand you got the kids. It'll be hard for a week or so, and then I wasn't using them. I would refer to them once in a while, and I thought, now with everything online, you can, if you know the stamp set, you can Google it and find it and everything. So, like I said, I did. Now I don't know, I've got a couple here that I haven't gotten rid of that are the most recent, but I will eventually get rid of those because I don't go back and look at them after a couple of years. So they are good for layouts though. And if you have a lot of older stamps, they have some great ideas in there. But nowadays on Pinterest, you can go and put the stamp name and go from there. All right. I hope you have your beverage and you're ready to sit back and relax and get some ideas. So let me take another sip and move this off of my work surface so I don't ruin my projects. Have you ever done that? Had water or something on your work area and knocked it over and ruined a project? I have. And since then, I don't put water on my work project because I was devastated. I mean, I was done. But, oh well, live and learn. Okay, for today's card, we are going to be using Floral Essence, specifically this image and these leaves. I love this image. Ooh, iced coffee. I had tea. And then this one, and I'm using a punch that's retired that goes with it, but I won't get rid of it because it punches it out, and then you don't have to fussy cut it. All right, there's our clean and simple card that we're going to start with. I realized after I did this that I need to move my leaves, so I may add an extra leaf down here. We'll see. All right, I'm going to move that up there. I have to look at my screen and make sure you can still see it. And we're going to start with a white card base, clean and simple. Now you can always step this up, add a layer or two, but since it's clean and simple, that's what this one's going to be. And I decided to use Rococo Rose. This color is going away in 2 months, March, April, May. Yep, 2 months and it'll be gone. Actually, a month and a half. All right, so what you're going to do is if you look at this image, it's got 3 petals. Well, you think, how do you stamp that? Hint, stamp it with either 1 at the bottom or 2 at the bottom. Don't stamp it like this. So think about how you're going to stamp it. And I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to move it over slightly and stamp it. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it and I'm going to put 2 at the bottom and 1 at the top. So if you start with 2 at the bottom, you're going to put 2 at the top and just flip it around. And it makes it so easy. Then all you have to do is line up the center. And if it's off a little, it's okay. And there's your flower. So quick and easy. Right? I am going to add my leaves. And I'm going to show you. Hey, Ruth. To do the leaves, I don't ink up the bottom of this because you've got this long stem. Now, if you put it in here, you can, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stick it here. So I'm going to ink it up on the side. Okay, see what I'm doing? I'm just laying it on the side so that that stem is not getting inked. All right, and then I'm going to take and I'm going to look at my 2 petals and the bottoms of my leaves, and I'm going to set it down, and I kind of made them touch as much as I could. That will lighten up, and then to add the next one, I'm going to do the same thing. And believe me, how many times did I forget not to ink that up? All right, I'm going to look at my leaves and my petals and stamp it. And there I have it. And see, that one looks better than that. That one was, I don't know what I was thinking when I did it. So now, the only thing I need to do is to stamp my sentiment. And I kept this one just a simple card with the hello. And there's your clean and simple card. Hi, Michelle. I love this stamp, and there is a punch for this, and you're going to see it in just a minute. But I love this flower. It's just a clean and simple flower, so I love it. So there's our first card. All right. That's the clean and simple. I mean, yeah. Now we're going to step it up to this one. So I went from here to this. All right. So there's the stepped up version. And what I did was I stamped my flowers, and I'm going to punch them out. All right. And your punch has 2 at the bottom, so think about that when you stamp it. Stamp it with 2 at the bottom, or you'll be cutting your paper and having to finagle it like this. All right. So I've got my 2 to make my flower, and now I need my leaves. This is the punch that will punch these leaves out. I cannot believe they retired this punch. And I'm going to have to cut the bottom off of this because of the angle I did it at. They retired this punch, but I kept it because, like I said, it punches out these leaves. So I'm going to put it in there. So if you have that stamp set and that punch and you didn't know it, now you do. And I need one more, so I'm going to punch it out. Like so. And now I have my flower ready to put together. So I'm going to grab my glue dots and I'm going to put all right, now when you go to do this, the same thing again. You've got one at the bottom, put two at the bottom, line up your center, and there's your flower. Now, I didn't do it on this one, but I will show you. You can, thanks Biddy Ann, you can take your pokey tool and just curl the edges of your flowers, and that just gives it a little movement. And all I'm doing is putting the pokey tool in the center and pulling up. That's all I'm doing. It's just a little bit different way to add some without using your bone folder to curl it. And now we're going to put our leaves on. And I'm putting my glue dots on the front where I stamped. And I pinched it to get it off. And then I'm going to stick it in there. And it's done. Same thing, pinch it again, and I'll put this one down here, and I have it. So there's my flower. Now let's put our card together. First thing you need is your card base. And I went with black. I've been in a black mood lately. I don't know, it just makes the colors pop, so I've been using black. Then you need a piece of white that's 4 by 5 1/4. All the measurements for each card, thanks Carol, will be listed on this page when I'm done. I have it scheduled to come up at 11:30. That way I'm usually done by then and there's plenty of time. I pulled out the True Love DSP, which is black and white, and I love this paper. Oh my gosh, I'm going to miss it. I hope we have black and white in the new catalog. We'll see. But I chose this DSP, and it is actually 2 inches by 5 1/4. So I just took my 4 inches and cut it in half. And I'm going to add this to the bottom, and it's even. All right. Put this on here. If you're good enough that you don't need this layer, you don't have to add it. You can skip it and just have the 2 pieces butt up against each other, but I just thought it was easier to do this. I'm going to take a strip that's a 1/2 inch wide, and just kind of clean this a little bit. My black ink. And I'm going to stamp hello. Hopefully I get it on there correctly. Right about there. Yay! One of them I didn't get the bottom. Oh, and I have ink all down the front of me. Good thing this is water-based ink. All right. Make sure. See, I've got it all over my hands. I'm going to wipe it off or I'll get it on my card. I knew that was going to happen sooner or later, but that's okay. All right, now I'm going to take and I'm going to add this towards the top. And hope I don't have too much on here. So I'm going to add it and slide it up just a little bit. All right, there. So we've got the base almost done. I took the stitch nested labels and I took the largest one. So you're going to use the largest. Hi, Vicki. And I cut it out, and then I cut off probably about 1.5 inches. Let's see. About 4.5. No, maybe a 1/2 inch. What I did was if you put this in here, I cut just below that side where it curves up. So I cut that off. This piece is going to go on here like so. This card could be done in any color since you used black. All right, and I'm going to put this on here, and it's even with the top, and it's stuck down. All right, now I'm going to take, thanks Betty Ann, I love this layout too, and wait till you see the twist for the wow card. All right, I'm going to put this on my card front. All right, then we're going to add our flower with dimensionals, if I can find them. There's some back here. Oh no, I am almost out. I'm going to be, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to grab some, so I'm going to be using some pieces to put my flower on. But that's okay. It'll work out. Grab this. Just slide it across there. All right, let me get my backs off. Hey, Linda. And there we go. All right. Now, this goes on, and you can put it on any way you want. I think I'm going to put mine on that way. I like the way it lays out. And there's your stepped up version. All right. Well, thanks, Betty Ann. I think it's a pretty card also. Now, you want to see the wow card? Okay, here it is. And I know you're thinking, but that's the same layout. No, it's not. Hang on. Ta-da! A fancy fold. I loved this idea. I thought it was a great idea of how to change it up just a little. And I did stick a balled up glue dot there to hold it in place because it wouldn't stay closed. I need to score them. Thanks, Janice. A little bit better. All right, so we've got that one. Now, first thing we're going to do is you're going to take your card base, it's a normal card base, and you're going to score it in the middle at 5.5. Then you're going to take and you're going to, on the front, so one side, you're going to cut off 2 inches. This is a quick and easy fancy fold. So cut those 2 inches off and save that for another card. All right, and I'm going to fold this over. I'll use my bone folder. Sometimes if it's really thick, I score both sides. So we've got our card base done. And if you'll notice, the fold is at the bottom, so it folds down. Now, we're going to take our piece of white, and we're going to take our strip, again, same size. Let's see if I can do it this time without dropping it on the floor. And I'm going to stamp the hello. There we go. Now if I can close this up and get it put away, I'm in good shape. Woo! Good. Did. All right. When you put this on, you don't want it too close to the bottom because this is all you have to write on now. You can always add another strip of white in there and it will give you more space to write on. So just keep that in mind when you do this. All right. I'm going to add my strip. I'm going to add it right about there. All right, so I've got that. Take your stitch nested label dies, the large one, cut out a whole one, and don't cut this one off. Score it just below where it turns to go up. So I scored it there, and I'm going to fold this back. Now when you fold this back, make sure you fold it so that you've got the good side out. I'm going to fold this a couple of times so it'll lay better. All right, because this side, you see the holes real good. This one, it's not as good. That's because everything is pushed down from this side. So then you're going to use some tear and tape. Right? And what I did was I put 2 strips of tear and tape across here. You want this to be sturdy because people will be opening it and closing it. So I just kind of put some tear and tape on here to make sure it stayed. All right. And then I'm going to take my tear and tape off. Make sure you burnish it real good. All right. Like so. That one stuck back down. There we go. All right. To put this on, what I did was I determined where I wanted it to be on my card base. And I wanted it right about there. Then I folded over this, and you don't want it to be too tight. Hi, Diane. Or it's not gonna lay right. All right. So keep that in mind. Then I also put some tear and tape across the back of this for extra support. All right, so just add some double-sided tape over there. All right, now we're ready to put this on in our card base. I'm going to take my backs off of this, and that glue or that double-sided tape helps it stick really well. Right, I'm going to flip this over, open this up, and this goes inside, and it's evenly spaced all the way around, like so. All right. I used, again, another piece of that same paper, 2 inches by 5 1/4. And this looks longer. No, it's not. It just looks it. All right. I'm going to put that on here. And again, it's evenly spaced. Make sure it's down good. Okay. Now, we have our punching to do. So first thing I'm going to punch is my leaf. Okay, come on, get in there. All right. There's one. I'll get my other piece over here to punch the other one. When I did this, I just stamped all my pieces at once. It would be a great card to mass produce because you could punch it or stamp it, punch it, cut all your pieces at the same time. All right, now I'm going to add my flower. So I'm going to, all right, now I've got to go this way because it's, see, I didn't stamp this one the right way. Punch out my flower and let me cut this off so I can get in here. Stamp, punch this one out. All right, got it. Now I can get rid of my trash. All right, time to put this one together. So I'm going to put a glue dot on the back of this. If your glue dot doesn't want to release, try pulling it a different way. Don't keep pulling it because you'll end up ruining your the back of your image or your punch, and it may even ruin it totally that you have to stamp a new one. All right, I'm going to curl this one like I did the others. So I'm going to take my bone folder and just curl up. Every once in a while I like to do this with my flowers just because it's a different curl. Now the daisies you have to do up and down. So there. And now we're going to add the leaves on. Remember to pinch it and pull it off or you'll rip it off. I've done that too. All right, so there's that. Now I've got this one. I'm going to put it down here. And we need our dimensionals now. I'm going to pull out my scraps here. I used mine up the other day and forgot to pull out another one for today. I don't know about you guys, but I go through dimensionals like crazy. It's like water. You go through them so quickly. And then I'm going to cut off a strip here I can use. Right, so there. Now it's time to take the backs off. And like that. Let's see. I'm going to move this up a little. So, because I need space for my ribbon. So I'm going to add a rhinestone because I've got to have my bling. And then I have a ton of this because I ordered one and forgot I'd ordered one and then ordered a second one. So with my luck, this one will retire. And I will have a full roll of it. Now, just so you know, this ribbon is hard to tie, so you have to work slowly with it. You can't pull it too far or it won't work. And you really have to hold that knot. There we go. Got it. Now this one is too big. So I pull it a little. I'm not going to get it, so I'm just going to make this one bigger. That one's easier to make bigger than trying to get that other one smaller. There we go. There we go. I love this ribbon, but it's not soft, so it's harder to work with. And then that's going to go on down to the bottom of my glue dots also. I did pull over another one of those just in case I used up all of these. I'm going to add a glue dot on the left side of the knot and a glue dot on the right side of the knot. And the reason being is if your bow gets caught on something, the glue dot will ensure it does not pull out. So one on the left, one on the right. So you're catching that ribbon so it doesn't pull out. And there's our stepped up version. Or a wow card. And like I said, just add a piece down here if you want more space to write. So for today, we started with a clean and simple. We stepped it up, and then we went to a wow card. And you can always take and add a glue dot like I did. See, it's starting to stick. So with that, or take a piece of Velcro. They have the Velcro dots. See, after a while, it doesn't even want to stick. They have the Velcro circles or little tiny pieces, just a little tiny piece to hold it in place. This one stays down because it's glued. This one, I think it's because I didn't score it really well. So, and then this again. So let's see if it makes a difference if I do that. No, it still does it. I think it's just the nature of the beast. Oh, thanks for the hearts, guys, and the loves. Well, Betty Ann, you are quite welcome. I think this was a great card. Um, and I just thought that let's take that clean and simple and make it a wow by making it a fancy fold so that you can wow the people you send it to. All right, let me see. I'm trying to use things that we haven't visited for a while, and I had not used Floral Essence, specifically this image, in a long time. So I decided to use that. And you can always add a rhinestone and a bow to this one if you want to do this version. But I really like the fancy fold. I'm a fancy fold kind of girl. You know, the fancier the better. And to get that to stay, all I do is I take a glue dot and I pinch it off, and it'll stick to everything. I kind of roll it up into a little tiny piece. Let's see if I don't know if it's, there we go. Little tiny dot, so to speak. And then I put it there, and then there. And you don't have to close it hard, and it releases easy. So, great way to keep your flaps closed if you're not. Oh, yay, Carol. So you got to see the whole thing. That's good. All right, I'm going to switch to the face view. I have my tea. Well, that was perfect. The card popped open just at that time that I switched. Oh, Betty Ann. I love it when I show you guys something and your mind starts racing like crazy. I'm all about using what you have. I mean, I don't know about you, but I love the DSP. And hey, good way to use him. I've been watched the movie with the kids. I love using my DSP and showing different ways to use it. So I hope this has inspired you, and you'll try some things and share them with us. Post it. I love seeing what you guys do with what I share with you. So share it with us. Who knows? Some of you may have the same stuff and can use it over and over again. So, but I think I'm going to be using this idea for my no stamping card kits, and I'll just make a flower. You're quite welcome, Carol, using just cardstock and having it set to go so that that's all they do. Well, thanks, Linda. I like that layout too. I thought it was so pretty when I saw it, and I went, oh. And I love the fact that with black and white, you can use any color you want. I'm trying to use up my paper my cardstock that's going to retire. So I've used up all my purple posy and all my pretty peacock. I still have, I'm not too bad with the Rococo Rose. Seaside Spray, I've got a lot of that left. Ooh, the Magnolia paper, yeah. And I might just be able to take the flowers from this one and cut it out and send it with them, and they fussy cut it themselves. I'm not fussy cutting it, I just give them the paper. Have a great weekend to you, Carol, also. Hopefully it'll be nice where everybody is, and you can get outside and have some fun. All right, ladies, I'm going to get ready and go. Don't forget, all the measurements and everything will be posted in probably about a half hour. About 11:30 is what I scheduled it as. So you can come back and get the measurements and have everything and go with it. But It's fairly straightforward. All right, guys. Don't forget, Monday is our Zoom craft along. I will be posting the link. So join us Monday at noon, 12 to 2 Eastern Standard Time, and bring your projects and work and chat with us and have some fun. I got a lot done last week, so I was excited. All right, guys. Bye.